Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. That fire hydrant price was higher than I thought it would be, but.
How you doing today?
Feeling very casual today.
You're looking very tired. Your ears lower too.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I do expect a professional to start like that. Practice
Ron, I always said you were a funny guy.
It's usually the best fashion statement.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
He was
you know.
on GQ like 3 times.
It took that many colors to fit all in the audience, that's what you're saying.
I didn't want to say that.
See, you know.
It's because I couldn't decide which was the best, you know, one, so.
Took 3 angles. Okay.
Well, welcome everybody to the Upper Frederick Township Board of Supervisors regular monthly meeting, April 14th, 2022. So please stand to pledge the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comment period?
I have a question.
Say,
Oh, my name's Don Cabot. Is there any purpose of why these meetings are being filmed every time?
I don't have an answer for that. I don't know,
Can anybody tell me? Okay.
any other public comments? Okay, all right, thank you. Minutes, March 10th, 2022, Board of Supervisors. Do you guys have a chance to review these minutes? Any comments?
No.
Okay. All right, I make a motion to approve the minutes. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. Okay. All right, treasurer's report, bills to be paid.
So in your packet, you have the treasurer report for March. It's showing the different fund balances. The treasurer has also been giving a comparison of this year to 2021 at the same point in time, so that you can kind of get a sense of where we are relative to last year.
Pico error, we got that straightened out, correct?
The what?
The Pico error, the 8 months.
Correct,
Yeah.
yeah. Kate was able to
That was
finally
last
get it on schedule, so hopefully we won't get an 8-month bill.
Bill again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we received that one yet this month, just since we paid a little earlier, but should be next.
But that'll mess up our budget for this year.
Right, yeah. So I think in the narrative from the treasurer, she does point out the fact that we are over budget in 2022 for our Pico bills, but it's because it's for the last 8 months.
Okay.
All right, I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as presented and file for audit. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Bills to be paid.
So for the month of March, we have bills totaling $115,229.52. It's a little higher than normal, but we did have to do some inspections on the property that we're going to be purchasing. And then we had a few things that we had to fix down at the sewer plant. Right, a couple kind of big ticket items I think down there that are kind of coming through our bill cycle this month, yeah.
I make a motion to approve the payment of the bills and to advance to the treasurer the funds to pay any needed bills or expenditures to save penalties or accrue interest and payroll prior to the Board of Supervisors meeting on May 12, 2022. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Emergency services.
So it looks like Plymouth Community Ambulance had 14 calls at Frederick Living and a total call of 28 for the month.
Question? Water sewer plant?
No.
No,
Fire
I'm
company.
seeing fire company. Fire company activity, current events.
Looks like they had 20 calls, 20 incidents in the month of March.
Tomorrow's flower sale too.
That's right. Flower sale tomorrow and Saturday here at Township Building.
Okay, good. Okay. Water sewer plant report?
No violations to report. Had a problem with well 2, it wasn't running, but it's all right. It was, just had to reboot the system. It seems like the radio just didn't want to recognize each other.
Okay.
That's all right. Big ticket item was the mixer. We got that repaired.
Good.
So everything's doing good.
Okay, good. All right. Public Works, road report?
Basic around the township, swell maintenance, ditches, you see various spots that we were out throughout the township. We also did some cutback on Kaiser Road, trees were sticking out a little bit, so we did some road cutback as well. As you look on there, the meters reads were done as well as shut-offs. We did help out Park and Rec on the stump, setting things up for them, that went alive, I believe. We did some base repair over on Zell Road for our seal coating that's gonna take place this year, took our bid packages. And as you look down on the equipment, the bow mag, we just did everything in-house. We sanded and primered our 35G that had some rough spots on there from use. as well as the 410 backhoe.
Okay.
Just from use, it just starts to develop rust.
Right.
I do want to thank Billy and Ron from our last snowstorm that we had for helping us out because we were short-staffed. I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Faust Road, who cut back the bamboo?
We had the owner cut it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I came through there, I'm like, wow.
Mhm.
You know, with our ice storms that come through there.
Yeah, it
it
used
just
to hang.
comes
How
down.
many
Yeah.
times were we up there cutting them? 'Cause
Yeah,
the
so
snow
we
was-
asked him to cut it back 10 feet, and I think he cut it back 15.
Yeah, yeah, it
So-
was good.
Yeah, should help quite a bit. I'd also like to just add, while we're on Steve's report, I did get a call this week from, I think it's Mr. Kurt on Swiceford Road, complimenting the road crew on always being responsive and doing a great job on the ditch work, so thank you.
Good, good to hear.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Environmental engineers report.
All right, the report's been submitted. Basically, performed the normal weekly checks at the plant. As Matt said, things running good. And he did a good job getting the mixer rebuilt. We installed the new breakers that we had picked up, again, part of the cost there. Still looking at some sand media for the filters. And we had reviewed the draft NIPD's report, didn't have any comments, so didn't make any comments on that. The final ones have just come in. For the water system, we got the price from Keystone for the replacement of the 2 other hydrants, and we're waiting for one from H&K. I had hoped to have it by today, but haven't heard back from them, so I'm gotta keep beating on them for that. The price was more than I anticipated, because it's about $16,000 hydrant for the 2 ones that aren't there, and it was like $7,500 for repair of the other 2. So wait to see what H&K comes in at, hopefully cheaper. And I guess see what you guys want to do. If they're high too, we'll look at other vendors and see what else we can get. They'd submit pricing for the replacement of this booster pump at the water plant. I guess that's been doing okay right now, right, Matt?
I haven't been using it.
Okay.
I mean, I'd probably take the pressure down to close to 90.
Okay, so that's just something to consider, is that there is a spare booster pump there, it just needs to be installed for the one that apparently has worn impellers and isn't providing full pressure on the system. And other than that, just gotta wrap up the last form for DEP. And that's pretty much the works.
Okay, thank you. All right, civil engineers report.
Okay, LTL has updated the engineer's report for the month of April, distributed the, I guess this past week via email to the township for your review. I can answer any questions, but the items that are on the engineer's report either have not changed or they are other agenda items on your agenda,
Okay.
I believe. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Building inspector and zoning report?
So according to the monthly report, 7 permits were processed, inspections totaled 16, and we still do have a few ongoing zoning issues listed here. I know the one over on Gravel Pike got continued, and Dave's now involved with that, assisting to make sure that goes to court smoothly. I think, what, a month is what we're
I hope so.
anticipating?
We were asking for coordination of scheduling for that with the parties, all the parties involved.
Okay.
And the one on Snyder Road, the defendant was actually in jail, so it's
Right.
a good excuse that would continue.
It's tough to reach.
Okay.
Have we done anything with the lady at the old Park Hotel?
No,
Because
because,
she's back living in her van.
so, people tell me that, we drive by, none of
Well, you
us
drive by during the day.
understood, and so I've told people, if you see it, take a picture, so that, because John Coke has reached out to her, and she responds and says, I'm not living there. I sometimes come down and visit, so,
Okay.
so if you drive by and you see it, please take a picture and send it to us so that we have something to go by. Because some of the neighbors have mentioned it too, but nobody's giving us.
And she's got extension cords running out to the van. so-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but the extension cord's been there forever, but that doesn't necessarily mean somebody's living in the van, you know? So we just need a little something more.
Well,
Yeah.
the air conditioner goes in the window of the van.
Yeah.
In the back, Dave, did you want to add to that? You
She's
don't have to.
always had an extension cord there, and I haven't physically seen her in the van, but I will make a point to go down there in the dark sometimes. Get the infrared vision out and see what's going on, you know, like, not to be making light of it, but there's no plumbing in that building. When she bought that, she had all the plumbing fixtures stripped out and put on the porch for months. So, this can't be like a sanitary condition there.
This has been going on for years, right, Dave?
What's that?
This
I
has
mean, I'll
been
drive
going on
by
for
after the
years.
meeting, and I'll go check it out.
I tell him.
I mean, I'm not sure what else we can offer unless we stake someone out there, which I'm not sure we're prepared to do that. Dave, what are you doing this weekend?
Boy, that came.
After she buys flowers, she can go downstairs.
Oh, there you go.
Take my flowers. All right.
All right.
All right.
Keep an eye on it.
I'll ask my son to swing by after second shift tonight. See if she's there.
All right, planning commission.
Planning Commission reviewed the conditional use application that will be going before you for a hearing on the 20th, next Wednesday, is the hearing over at St. Luke's. They did make a recommendation with a set of conditions, and that'll be, I think that's actually been shared with you via email, and that'll be made available for the hearing as well.
Okay.
Okay, neighbors have been notified, the property's been posted, and it's been advertised in the paper, so, we chose to have the hearing across the street because there were quite a few people being notified, and if they all choose to come, we won't fit in here, or you won't fit in here, so.
Frank, did you have something?
Yeah, just a question. So they got their unconditional thing passed, or that's that last, whatever that Thursday was?
So the planning commission made a recommendation of
Right.
approval, but subject to a whole set of conditions. So that will go to the Board of Supervisors at their hearing next Wednesday. So nothing's been decided, it was just a recommendation from the planning commission, and it's the board that will have a hearing. Public will be allowed to give their comments, and then the applicant will make their case for what they're proposing. Does that sound about right, Dave? Do you
Yes.
want to add anything?
No, that's it.
No conditional use. for hearing.
What's that?
No conditional
No
use.
decision has been made on the
No
application.
decisions are made, right?
There's just a whole lot of intent in how that's gonna be
Well,
supported.
that is what they had to put out at the hearing, provide testimony of what they're going to do at the hearing.
Right, but every time this question was asked, it was our intent is to do this, our intent is, but, you know, down the road,
Well,
the intent is gone and
it
Well,
is
so-
what it is.
And I think the purpose of the conditional use is to try to get the clearest conditions that you can to try to avoid kind of those gray areas, so that it's clear, it's black and white, so that
It won't be, there'll be no question. If it's
Right.
granted, it'll be,
subject to very specific conditions, right?
Okay. Anything else?
no, not at this time. No further question at this time.
Okay. Parks and Rec?
So Parks and Rec had their Swan Creek Stomp this past Saturday. I think it went very well. everybody coming up the muddy hill had a smile on their face. We did have one person who fell later and I think hurt her shoulder or her arm. But other than that, it was a good success. Not a huge turnout, but it sounds like most runs of this sort have not had a great turnout since COVID. So it might just be kind of getting back into.
We're all out of shape from COVID.
For sure. So those were the troopers that showed up, and the weather was pretty crummy, so it was very impressive. It really wasn't, but I mean, people still, they showed up and they did it, and they did a great job.
There were a lot of people who signed up who did not show up? or-
Not really, not
Okay.
really.
Good.
Guess they wanted their money's worth.
I guess.
Although we did have to skip the Swamp Creek because there had just been. Yeah, we
Could
didn't
have
want.
washed a couple away.
Yeah, we didn't want to lose anyone, right.
But, okay.
All right, business before the board, public hearing, ordinance 2022-01, wireless facilities ordinance update.
So I guess,
Yeah, my understanding is there was a public hearing advertised at the last meeting, because this is an amendment to the zoning ordinance to deal with the wireless communications provisions of the ordinance. My understanding that hearing was continued until tonight, because we are adopting the ordinance tonight with changes that were recommended by the county. So if there are additional comments regarding the ordinance, you can entertain them tonight, otherwise we move forward with the adoption of the ordinance, which has been advertised prior to the changes.
Okay.
And you were given the change, they were pretty minimal, but you were given electronic copies of the changes.
Okay. Are there any comments on this public hearing period? I guess we just think about this,
it should be just before your old business tab.
okay, this guy.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Dave, what were the changes in this again?
We changed the definition.
I see the strikeout.
Yeah, we struck out something, and on page 1, we added something in section 1. And then on page 5, we changed the definition of underground districts. And I think those were the extent of the change. Oh, wait a minute, one.
No, I think you had a bond,
One.
Yeah, bond or escrow.
yeah,
Yeah.
a security
The
requirement.
bond, on page 25, we added a bonding requirement for the implementation of the